Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Butterfly Effect podcast. And today we are going to be talking about the summer trailer for Lost Records. It's literally just come out. It's probably been out for about half an hour. It's mine and Liam's fresh reaction to it. So I'm going to throw it straight over, mate, because I understand you've got quite a few things to say about it.
Yeah, I just did a deep dive on the trailer, and before I get into the nitty-gritty, can I just say, do you remember we did that video where we basically ranked the top 5 games of what we thought would be in 2024, and we had like Directive 8020 up there, Wolf Among Us 2, that kind of stuff. I think I put Lost Records third. Maybe it's trailer like recency bias, but yeah, that video can go fuck itself. This is my number one. I love everything about that trailer, and I honestly, there's just something about that 90s vibe, the characters, the world. Like, when Life is Strange came out and we got that initial trailer, I fell in love with the game, like, at first sight with the trailer, and I think I'm kind of getting that vibe now. And I don't know if anyone is the same, but if you are, please say in the comments, because, yeah, like, I can't be the only one, surely.
Oh, amazing. I mean, I've got to admit, like, I did think that you'd be quite hyped for this one because I know of your love for Life is Strange so much. So, in a way, it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, I mean, we've even said, haven't we? We don't even think that Directive and The Wolf Among Us 2 are even going to come out this year. So, it's already been whittled down to 3, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, mate, fire away. I mean, we'll start with you. Like, what your overall impressions were? Any things that you found in there that might be of interest?
Yeah, I mean, we'll go for the main common thing. So the big thing, right, is that we know who the playable character is going to be, and we know her name. We originally thought this girl was probably Autumn because of the autumn hair and because of the order. Turns out this girl is Swan Holloway. Eventually, I sussed it with the Instagram pictures where they released the possessions because I linked it to the camcorder. So yeah, we're playing as Swan Holloway. She kind of has a really cool sign off at the end where she says, "If you found this tape, it's because I'm dead," and then laughs, and then it goes into the outro. So it's almost a bit like a 13 Reasons Why fake out. So it's cool. It looks like quirky. It's got a cool sense of humor. But now, like, the voice actor seemed decent. Like, you know, it looks like we might get some really cool dialogue scenes out of that. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped to play as Swan Holloway. And can I also say that she looks like quite unique as well. Like, you know, like a lot of main characters out there, you can just identify and mistake with someone else. Swan Holloway looks like she's going to be super unique. Like, I quite like the fact that we're playing with someone with red hair, freckles, and I'm not going to lie, like, you know, we all know it. She's not sort of like the thinnest girl, but I think that's really positive that the main character we're going to play as is, you know, someone who's, you know, like, you know, got maybe like a bigger shape. I think that's going to just be great for like the game community and just kind of like, you know, people in general to kind of identify with. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, it brings about relatability, doesn't it? And you know what? Like, the first thing that comes to mind for me is like what the comparisons between her and Max are going to be. I feel like, obviously, not yet. We need to see the game first, but I feel like that is going to be inevitable. And it's just like a general comment from me. Like, the graphics in this look superb. Like, honestly, like the upgrade from what the Life is Strange universe is, and especially like the facial animations, like when characters talk. I've literally not long just done like a playthrough or like of episode 1 of like Before the Storm, literally today, and I was just like looking at sort of like the lip movements and facial, and it just wasn't that great. Looking at this though, it looks really polished, and like you're looking at a lot of this trailer through a camera, but it looks really strong, like the whole construction of the thing. So early impressions, yeah, I can understand, mate, why it's gone up in your list. And I feel like this game as well is one that we've heard quite a lot about recently. Like, there's like bits of information that are just being fed out quite regularly. So yeah, I'm well behind this. I'm looking forward to later on this year.
For sure, and I know trailer graphics can fool people as well, and then, you know, like often the game comes out and it looks nothing like the trailer. But I mean, Steam have released a screenshot of you like in third person behind Swan, and the graphics look stunning, even if this is what I assume a gameplay, because it is like a third person shot where you've kind of got the sun beaming at the camera and it creates like this little hexagon effect in the lens, and the other girls are kind of just kicking around, sitting, chilling, and like, yeah, like it looks really cool. But yeah, there's just so much to dive in with this trailer. I'm just going to list a lot of random things, mate, and feel free to like pick any of them out. Like, the trailer starts with "Hello Little Bird," and there's just like what she's filming. Now we know Life is Strange had a lot of kind of like parallels and kind of used this theme of spirit animals. And I'm wondering if they're going to stay true to that, keep the same thing. We've got this bird that overlooks them. You do have quite a lot of nature going around. So maybe Swan, you know, maybe like, although Swan is a bird, maybe Swan's spirit animal is going to be this like Robin type bird that we see. I'm not really someone who like is a bird watcher, so I can't name you what bird it is. But there's that to look at. Yeah, and obviously Swan, she absolutely loves her camcorder. She films like mad. I don't know if you've seen it, but X dropped a bit of a bio, so I'm going to read it out to you, mate. It's Swan's last summer here. She plans to film it all. Her life, her favourite places, her cool new friends. But she might record more than she expected. So, of course, that alludes to what was in the trailer with the purple void, you know, portal thing. But I guess it gives a bit of context of, like, what we've got going on. So this is Swan's last summer. And then it mentioned cool new friends. Is that new friends that she's just met, or has she moved to a new place and she's met them there? I don't know, but I'm guessing with the fact that the website also has a bio that says 27 years of no contact, fate reunites them to confront a long buried secret, which kind of like is that it thing we talked about, right? Where the girl that we think is called Autumn says, oh, we made a promise. Because there's also sort of something in another post that says a pact broken, fate reunites them or something. So clearly I'm guessing that 27 years of no contact, these girls will have this epic summer that will lead to this big event that happens, and then they brush it under the carpet, and then they come back as adults in 2022, 27 years later. So yeah, so I've monologued like mad, mate. A lot to unpack there, but anything in those sort of things that you want to kind of comment on?
There was, I mean, first the quick point I'll get out of the way is the, you know, the two girls on the skateboards. I can't quite remember what we established their names were, but I'm guessing early doors that maybe there's already an established relationship between them two. They've certainly got similarities because we've seen in the trailer that they, like, one of them's playing the guitar, I think. And then the other one, I think it looks like that they're in a band. So they both obviously like playing music. They both like skateboarding. So maybe they're already friends. The thing for me, and it's what you raised there with that like X bio, that's really interesting. And it even says it in the trailer. And it actually, for me, it sort of threw up more questions than answers, this summer trailer. But it's when it's like, you know, she's obviously leaving Velvet Cove, right? So, and we know that, judging from the first trailer, that something's going to go down. So quite clearly, and I'll be interested to see how like DontNod have approached this, but it looks like this game is going to have two different timelines. So we're going to have like the timeline with the girls, and maybe that's towards the beginning of the game, maybe it's interspersed throughout the game, especially if it's a mystery. But then we're also going to have, like you say, this it thing going on where you've then got the 27 years later, we're going to see them grown up. Because when I first saw the trailer, I was thinking, wait, if one of the characters is leaving the town, then how is this character going to factor in? And especially when you see the ending, when she says, if you find this, I'm dead. When I first saw that, I was like, wait, what? Is one of the girls going to get killed off and this is how they come back together? But I'm guessing because she laughs at the end, it's just sort of more like a humour thing, like it's kind of a fake out. So yeah, I think it's set up the premise well, and I'm far more intrigued about this game than I thought I would be, because I don't get me wrong, I like the Life is Strange series. I was expecting it to be sort of maybe similar to this, but it has piqued my interest. So I'll be certainly looking out for more stuff on this, mate.
And also, mate, you mentioning the two different timelines. If you look at, you know, DontNod's account on X, they will say that this is a two-part story. So, you know, we always compare this game to It, how you've got the two different timelines. Is it that we're getting part one where they're kids and it's the summer, and then part two is going to be where they're adults, where I'm going to guess they're probably going to be around the age of like maybe 42 or something. So it might be that, yeah, we literally have like It 1 and It 2. So that would be cool. I don't know if I'd prefer like an alternating star where it jumps back and forth, or if we get like them as kids, them as adults. But it looks like that's the star we might potentially be getting, mate. The game just looks stunning, and I love the music as well. Like, I'm obsessed with kind of anything synthy or lo-fi anyway. And this has that. I love the footage of how it's kind of like, you know, Swan's obviously filming her last summer here, and it's all shot through this camcorder. and you kind of have that 90s filter where you've got the kind of grain line that disrupts everything. You know, like you used to have those old TV shows like You've Been Framed, where it's all submitted old like 90s footage where it's all grainy, but it's got that really kind of like nostalgic feel to it, and it's just really kind of homely and warming. I get that vibe from this game, and with the lo-fi music, it looks fantastic. And yeah, like we don't see much of who I think's in this trailer. Like I don't think you see her at all, to be honest. But yeah, you do get like the little thing of like what looks like Autumn teaching Nora to skate. So yeah, and then we've got the boombox, which you know, like Autumn has in her Instagram picture. So like for those that do their proper digging can kind of sort of put things together. At one point you've got that merry-go-round thing in the park and there's a teddy in it. You later see that teddy on Swan's desk, so that's hers. So yeah, there's a little few things you can piece together, but it looks like they're building up this fascinating world. And like you said, mate, as well, you've got Velvet Cove. Really cool name. Like we've had Arcadia Bay, we've got like Puerto Lobos, we've got what is it called? Safe Haven, I think Life is Strange 3 set in, and now we've got Velvet Cove, and it just seems like a recipe for success, and it's going to be really memorable. You know how in our original video we said that we reckon the redhead, who we think is called Nora now, like it's going to be a bit of like the kind of, I guess, rebellious one, and I said, oh, I reckon it's going to be at her house. Well, it says here that they film music videos at Nora's garage, so I think we were right on that front as well, mate.
Oh no, well, we got something right, didn't we? It was a little bit off with the names, but you know what? And you know, just actually before we finish this, reminds me, but there is that shot, you know, we mentioned with Swan's desk, and you mentioned the bird. I'm pretty sure there is a picture of a bird in the background as well. So whether it is a spirit animal thing, whether she's a bird watcher and it's part of her thing, she likes sketching birds or something, taking photographs. It's just interesting, like it. Lost Records, it's certainly, you could even just like the aesthetics with like the landscapes and the sun going down. It certainly fits into the family of Life is Strange, doesn't it? It's certainly got those ingredients to it. And I'm already seeing parallels between her and Max, kinda. Who like the love of photography. Obviously, she likes filming stuff. It's perhaps a bit more modern with, you know, with like, you know, the phones that we have now. We've all got access to a camera to record stuff. So
sorry, also the fact she's moving away, right? Like Max did.
Yeah, exactly. So there's like even like story threads that are similar too. But the one other thing that I'll probably mention from this trailer that raised a question for me is like when it was like looking at some sort of symbol. It was like looking at like a tube or something, had like some weird funky symbol on it, and then everything started to go a bit purple. So I don't know if again that was in reference to, you know, the first trailer where we see the purpley glow, if that was just like a hint at something. So again, it's one of those we'll just have to wait and see.
Oh yeah, on the tube thing, I'm looking at it right now, like a void thing. Nah, sweet. But nah, honestly, I'm really sold by this. Also, little shout out to the biker dude, because he looks like me. So apparently I'm in the game, so I can't wait to see that as well, mate.
Yeah, and also, you know what? We'll put this in the video as well. Do keep an eye out, guys, on this channel regarding Lost Records, because we are ultimately going to stream it as well. So when it gets announced, whether it's November, December, we know it's later on this year. If any of you have found us for the first time, you know, do stick around on the channel, because we're going to be playing blind Lost Records Bloom and Rage.
And I just want to thank any person who's commenting in. A lot of you guys are putting your theories beneath in the comments. We appreciate that. And I want to thank Lost Records as well, because they're absolutely saints. They're really hot on their social media, and they actually like and comment and reply to a lot of the stuff we've been posting. So we really appreciate that as well.
Okay, guys, so that was it. That was our reaction to the summer trailer of Lost Records. Tell us what your thoughts and theories are in the comments below. We'll be sure to read and reply to them, and we will see you in the next video.
Take care, guys. See you in hell.